Alright, we're going to be taking a look at a classic from the 1990s, and that is Versace Blue Jeans. So this came out in 1994, and it is listed as an aromatic fougere. And to me, this is one of those fragrances that it's really hard to tell if you're going to like this, love it, or hate it. From a perfumery standpoint, this is an amazing fragrance. It has a lot of notes. It takes you on a scent journey from top notes to mid notes to base notes. Each one gives you a completely different experience, which is pretty amazing considering the fact that this is a low-cost budget fragrance that probably use some fairly inexpensive aroma chemicals. So taking a look at the presentation, this comes in a really distinct and neat looking blue tin. As you can see, it's got Versace Blue Jeans on it, and it's got an old western dude playing a guitar on a wooden fence. And here is how the rest of the tin looks. The bottle itself is pretty cool and vintage looking to me. Alright, enough of the bottle. Let's take a look at the note breakdown and see how this stuff smells. There are a lot of notes associated with this fragrance, but to make it quicker, I'll just give you the ones that stand out to me. So for top notes, you have citruses, bergamot, anise, rosewood. Mid notes, lavender, rose, and a bunch of other florals and herbs. And base notes, you have vanilla, woods, musk, and amber. So when I first spray this on, it is a blast of citrus notes with a little bit of anise underneath, kind of rounding it out. So the citrus notes smell kind of synthetic, but not in a bad way. There is no distinct orange or lime that stands out. The most prominent note to me would probably be lemon, which is why you do get some people who smell this and they say that in the opening kind of smells like a lemon style household cleaner, which I can sort of understand that. So after a couple of minutes, the citruses die down a lot, and what comes out next is lavender and a lot of floral notes to my nose. The ones that I smell the most are like carnation, heliotrope, and rose. While it is floral heavy, it is not overly feminine. The way that they made this, it makes it still lean on the masculine side. So next, it has a very powdery and musky vibe to it. So at this point, it's my least favorite part of the fragrance. I'm not a huge fan of this type of powder and musk. So once this gets into the dry down is where I really like it as far as the fragrance. So a little bit of that vanilla comes out, and it almost smells like a soda. So what I mean soda is, I mean something like a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi. But this dry down, this is where this stuff smells so good. If you want a fragrance that has a kind of like a cola vibe to it, kind of fizzy, this is a really good fragrance. So longevity and projection on this. Longevity, I get around 4 hours. 6 if I really douse myself in this stuff pretty good. Projection is fairly decent for about an hour. After that, it kind of sits close to the skin. It's kind of an airy scent that just does not project and fill up a room. At the end of the day, this is a $20 fragrance that you can easily find at pretty much any rack store like TJ Maxx, Ross, or Marshall's. You can also find it on Amazon or at any of the other fragrance discounters. The way this fragrance is built, it's completely different from any of the other modern Versace fragrances like Eros, Dylan Blue, etc. This has a lot of floral components to it. So this, in my opinion, is a somewhat dated fragrance. After all, it is over 30 years old. Having said that, it is a very versatile fragrance. It's easy to wear. Outside of the lemon household cleaner opening that some people kind of complain about, it's a very easy fragrance to wear. My only issue with this fragrance, but that's as someone who has a lot of fragrance and a lot of decants and samples, is it just doesn't really stand out to me in my collection, so I just don't reach for it a lot.